What is up, guys, and welcome to PGC Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan, or Sunny always, and sadly, Caleb and Sean could not make it today, so we have Bear 1 and Bear 2.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, so these are the replacement guests because Sean, like I said, Sean and Caleb could not make it. So how are you guys doing today?
I would say pretty good. This is Bear 1 speaking, by the way. I know I'm new to the podcast, but due to budget restrictions, we couldn't have, they couldn't have Caleb and Sean on.
They got too famous.
Yeah, so the contracts are ending, and they just had to renew Bears. So.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to you, but I was just walking after camping this weekend, and I got eaten by a bear, and then while I was in there, I just kind of grabbed some of his nervous system cords, and here I am. So I'm in the bear. Hopefully I can get out of here soon enough, but I'm happy to do the podcast either way.
And so what did you guys have for dinner? Did you have some salmon? Did you have
as omnivores, right? Normally we eat salmon and berries, but actually I wanted some porridge, and oddly enough, me and my mother and my father, we got home and all of our porridge was gone. So
wow, man, that's the oldest story in the book. You're lying.
Hey, man, it happens to the best of us.
Can't be.
What about you?
What did I have?
Yeah.
What did Bear 2 have?
I can't distinguish you guys. You pick one.
Yeah, we look the same. Bear 2, what did you have for dinner?
Myself, I personally had Sean. That's why I'm in here right now. And I mean, whoa, strange, very strange.
Oh, he exploded into gray matter. He turned into gray matter.
Oh, Sean!
I'm back.
Wow.
Just like that, too. All right, so let's get right into it. Welcome to the PGC Podcast. We're all here. Caleb is somewhere in that bear's stomach, I'm sure. But I want to know, what games have you guys been playing lately?
Ooh, I have actually been grinding some Apex. I've been playing it nonstop. Ooh. We've been playing it together. Oh, there's Caleb.
Whoa, Caleb's back.
I'm back here.
There we go. But yeah, Apex has been all I've been playing. I've really gotten to the lore of it, watching YouTube videos, finding out a lot about the game, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. What about you, Caleb?
I have I know a lot of things has changed since the last time I talked about the games I'm playing, but I have been playing it's a little tiny game. It's an indie game. And it's called what was that? Escape from Tarkov. Oh yeah, that's it.
Totally Indian.
Yeah.
Indian? Did you say Indian?
Whoa! We're having two. We're already having two
Indian
issues
small.
today. We're already having 2 issues today with Sean.
2 issues, man, get out of here. So, for myself, it's been Apex. Since that podcast with Tony, kind of got me hyped up. I had already been playing throughout the week and the week prior. But yeah, I'm loving it right now. I find that after 2-3 hours, I really gotta take a break and go live life. But it happens to the best of us. Yeah, Caleb, you want to go over today's topics?
Yeah. So today, really simple, really easy going today, but we do have some intense topics for you guys. So let me read them out. Ooh. Starting out, okay. We have hacking in video games, something that I don't think ever happens. That never happens. No. But no, it happens a lot, and it's happening a lot with Warzone, Tarkov, Apex, and we're just going to be talking generally, and then we have an article review too. Moving in, we're going to talk a little bit about the Spider-Man No Way Home review that me and Ryan made. We're going to be reviewing the... not reviewing, but we're going to be talking more about the Saints Row reboot, which is going to be interesting. There's a lot of reboots coming out, so this one's going to be pretty cool. Next
pretty
up,
spicy.
We have Insurgency Sandstorm and Hell Let Loose is going to be released to consoles. So 2 really really powerful and popular games on PC right now, which they're moving to console. And then, as always, I don't know if you guys are going to know what I'm going to say here, but we got to talk about our tier list of the best games of all time. This is the 9th time we're doing this, and
Wow.
we only have one more. We only have one more after this. That's it.
Un more.
Un more. Un más.
Mhm,
And, you know, we're going to move all the way back to the beginning, as always. And we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite subject, hacking in video games.
Oh yeah, gotta love it.
How do you, you know, have you seen, have we seen hacking? Which, you know, personally.
Let me start us off with saying this. So I remember back in the day playing with like a lot of my cousins or friends. You'd always have that one person. One of my cousins, Jimmy. He used to always, anytime you were playing Halo with him or anything, he'd be like, "Hacks, he's hacking," you know, and that would be like his go-to excuse for dying. Well, it's kind of sad because nowadays it's everywhere, and you know, it used to be that people could hack, and a lot of what it used to be was IP bans and like console bans, and you'd be like, okay, well, I just can't even use this console anymore. I don't know what's kind of happened. I don't know if they found a way to stop that or what, but I've seen a lot of people just outwardly hacking that like there's no repercussions that really come. Like they just make a new account, bam, they're doing it again because I guess it's just fun to them, right? I can't say that I can relate. I think I've only had hacks once in my life, and it was for GTA 4, and that was like for fun because we did roleplay stuff. So like I would make it to where we would spawn in all the civilians' cars so they could race, or you know whatever it was, but they were on like private servers. So, but have I seen any outside of Grand Theft Auto? Not really. I was playing Call of Duty Zombies one time, and this dude started flying. That's it. That was a long time ago, not even Cold War. So, yeah, no, not really. Not online. What about you two?
Yeah, you go ahead, Caleb.
Okay, so recently I've actually ran into this. This actually happened yesterday. Me and my friends are playing Tarkov as always, and there's actually a new mode or a little limited time event where two of the main big bosses in the game, Sanitar and Reshala, are in Health Resort. For those familiar with that, and this kind of breeds these modes kind of breed for hacking and cheaters because they know like this is the most efficient way. You know, if they can go and cheat and always kill the boss and always kill and get all the loot, then that's where they're going to be. So we saw it multiple times yesterday, and you can tell in Tarkov, it's really, really easy to know whenever someone's hacking and whenever someone's just really good. So this instance was pretty simple. The guy was going like 1,000 miles an hour, which I don't think that's part of the game. I mean, unless there's some kind of new morphine or whatever that makes you go.
I saw a video of that on TikTok or something, like someone on Tarkov, and they were like, "Oh, he's hacking, run!" And then everyone was just sprinting away from him because they saw him like zipping by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they have all sorts of hacks when it comes to Tarkov. They got speed hacks. They have aimbot, obviously. I mean, that's like the most common one everywhere. And even just simple little cheats, which we'll talk about later, of just having like a little dot on your screen where you can basically just hit fire. Because in Tarkov, hit firing and aiming down sights, it's not like Modern Warfare or anything else where it's, you know, if you hit fire, then your spread is super massive. No, it's pretty realistic. You know, if you have at the hip and you're aiming to where the gun would actually shoot, then you're pretty much going to hit your target, you know. So we'll talk about that. What about you, Ryan?
Well, I'm a Call of Duty guy, or was a Call of Duty guy, and Warzone is known for having a lot of hackers and stuff like that. And personally, it was pretty common, I think. I mean, I would get into a lot of games, get killed, and then go, and it would spectate the person that killed you, and this dude would have like 30 kills, and he'd be looking this way and then that way and then that way and then just shooting across the map. So that was pretty common. I mean, you could pull up on YouTube, you can go to streamers. I think Nick Merckx, we talked about this in the last podcast, he has this famous clip of this guy that's on top of a roof and just starts shooting him through the wall, kills him, and then he just like uninstalls the game. And then I remember too, like Sean said, back on GTA 5, you would get a lot of people that would like drop money or this or that, but the repercussions that they got would be like complete termination on their account. They couldn't do anything. But like we said, now you can hack, you get banned, make a new account. So personally, yes, I've seen people hack, and then also too, you can go on YouTube and watch billions of videos of people hacking. So
yeah,
it's kind of sad.
It is. It is sad too, and you know that kind of leads into my next question for you guys. Is like, how can companies improve? Like, you know, we've seen a lot of, you know, anti-cheat software built in into games and such, and you know that kind of helps. But that gets into more privacy issues. You know, they kind of have to have like your whole, you have to have basically admin access to your computer, which, you know, is kind of crazy. So what do you guys think? What do you think companies should be doing about this problem?
I don't know what game it was, but it might have been like an old Call of Duty or something like that. But I would remember being in a game and like people that were from Microsoft or from like Activision or whatever would be in the game. Like you could tell, okay, this is a guy that created the game, and maybe they could do something like that where, I mean, that would be an amazing job. Like just imagine playing video games and getting
like a
paid to
marshal?
Yeah, just finding people that are hacking and getting paid for it. But like companies like that could do that. I mean, if you're on Apex and you're one of the creators of Apex or the people that have built that game, you could just have people that are like jumping into games and making sure nobody's hacking, and you should be able to tell.
Well, let me put this into perspective though. A lot of these development companies, whether they have, you know, 10 to 100 to 1,000 people working for them, there are millions of people who play their games for some of these big scale companies, right? So to have all these different hundreds of servers, they would have to employ those people because technically they'd be on the clock, right? If they're doing a job. The logistics of that, I feel like, wouldn't work. Not to say that, like, I do agree, like, back in the day, like, DICE and stuff, I remember I used to play Battlefield, and I would always see, like, their little, they had, like, a tag.
Banner,
what was it? It was, like, like, your call sign, your dog tags or whatever. And they also had, like, that DICE limited, like, it was on Battlefield 4, it was, like, a Spec Ops black, like, camo. So.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That was cool. But yeah.
But you could tell like some people, and like I remember that as a kid in middle school. I remember you stumbled with your words. I remember, like I said, seeing
that was
people.
A lot, right? I want to like before you go, Ryan. Let's unpack what he just said, okay? So Ryan, let's hear that again, okay? Let's do another go at that. How about that? Let's unpack what you said.
Yeah.
So if DICE the black.
The black Spec Ops. Spec Ops.
The reason I couldn't stop laughing, I guess this is gonna go explicit, but dude, for a second I like almost said black cocks.
Yeah.
Okay, we want to restart on that, or we leave?
No, this is great. This is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So where were we at, Ryan?
We were basically okay. So, like I said, I remember playing in middle school, and you would have people that you knew were creators of the game that were in your game, and people are on their best behaviors because they're like, oh, this guy in the game is one of the people that made this game or works for DICE or Activision or whatever. So I don't think it would be too far-fetched to have people that do that, just go into servers. I know they couldn't cover every single server, but if they could like save a couple games, you know, maybe it would help.
Yeah. Could definitely see that as a possibility.
What?
I kind of feel like, with what AK was saying, they have to have like administrative privileges on your computer and stuff. I do see how obviously a lot of people would dislike that. Even myself, I'd feel a little strange about it. But if there was another way that they could do it in a way that, once they see that you've broken the rule and they can confirm that, then like that's when it should be like in their agreement, like you broke the terms of use, so now you're banned. Whatever that means, I think that they should do it because hacking is ruining these big scale games. I mean, Battlefield, for example, I was reading an article the other day. They have over, I think it's like 2,000 people have already pre-ordered the hacks for that game.
Mm-hmm.
And and the hacks, from what we're hearing, is from like built from the source code, which I don't know much about a lot of that stuff, but it's from what I've been hearing, it sounds like it's incredibly difficult to fix that. So look, that's what I'm saying. If this next Battlefield, if it's going to be ruined by hacks, and their only option is to do that, we need admin privileges or whatever. Fuck it. I love Battlefield, and I don't want it ruined by a bunch of assholes. And I will say, if you go on Google, I just Googled Battlefield hacks, right? The first thing that pops up is a website called iwantcheats.net. I'm looking through here. You click on cheats. There's Outriders, Modern Warfare, Warzone, Black Ops Cold War, Splitgate, CSGO, Escape from Tarkov. I could sit here and name them all day, but it's like all of your big games, like The Division 2, Black Ops 4, GTA 5. The list goes on. If
Is
there's a game,
Sonic the Hedgehog on there?
Ooh, that's, you know what? Okay. That's one
'Cause I
game
might
I
need to buy
really,
that.
I'm really
put my
interested
foot
in
down for that game.
So let me ask you: when you're pre-ordering, you said 2,000 people have pre-ordered. They're paying for these hacks, correct?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah.
And how much do you think like a hack or whatever a hacked account costs? Like $40?
Well, that's what
Like,
I'm saying. That it doesn't look like they're like accounts. Like, and even
No, it's just you just
Some of
download the
these
software.
some of these are just free.
Yeah, you just download basically the software that coincides with your game. And like whenever you download a game, I'm sure it just inserts itself in the game files, and there you go. You have the
Look, like this one website has almost everything I need to start hacking if I wanted to. Can you use an aim assist on consoles with Cronus Zen? I don't even know what that is, but it gives you all these different devices and stuff and third-party things.
Yeah,
like
we just watched how to build a JTAG Xbox 360. So it was really interesting. That was one thing I remember. My cousin actually like built himself a JTAG 360 to be able to like mod zombies. He wanted to like create his own zombies, and he did it. It was really cool. So you know, you have good and bad uses. You know, like you were saying before with GTA 4, like you know, there's some really cool things that you can make with mods and make with hacks, but with these bigger blockbuster titles, it just creates a whole like ecosystem of just people just for like hacker be hacker. At that point, you're just playing the game, right?
And let me say this too. So, would you guys consider you know what Cronus Zen or Striker packs are, correct? Do you guys know what they are?
No, can you help out the audience and us?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can actually show you as well. So on my controller, because I own this, so this is gonna be a hot take. But so this right here, which is a Xbox One controller, it has a plug-in, right? So you buy this at Walmart, Best Buy, wherever, and they're $30. They're called a Striker pack, and you plug it in, and there's a cord that plugs in right there. So you have these little paddles, and then when they turn on, all these lights turn on. So this is a primary auto fire, secondary auto fire, auto sprint, tactical jump, and all those things. So these are things that are being used to enhance people's gaming things. And I bought it.
Right. Yeah, not necessarily against that. Like, I mean, I took apart an Xbox 360 controller and like soldered some wires together, and I had like a rapid fire button. Like,
and they sell the Elite controllers that are like $200 that have those paddles on the back. So I guess this is just a But I mean, that's what the Cronus Zen and striker packs are. You hear people say like, it's big in Apex too. If somebody has a striker pack in Apex, they're like, "Oh, this guy's hacking," and they consider that hacking.
I have a thing with that. So on PC, if you're doing with a keyboard and mouse, right? For those familiar with PC, obviously, right? You can have that keybind just like what you're talking about. So I feel like I don't see a problem with like the striker packs at all, because you're essentially just playing. You just have more buttons, just like a keyboard would.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
They also have a auto clicker, right? Like in that, I saw a video of it earlier. It's like a piece of like Velcro. You literally put it on your mouse and like you run your finger across it, and it's called like bump clicking. There you go again. Bump clicking. Like so.
Okay,
you're running across it, goes really really quick. But yeah, so I think modifications to like controllers, keyboards, little stuff like that. I think that's right about the line, you know?
Yeah.
And then I think things that have to do with software and aimbot and seeing through walls, things that actually warp the game itself, that's wrong. I think that's the line right there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys: have you ever been interested in cheating at all? Because I'd say this is probably the biggest. This little striker pack deal. That's probably the farthest I've gone. But for you guys, have you ever been interested? Because I know you guys are PC players as well.
So back on GTA 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, every time they would come out with a new glitch, right? Where you like a money glitch or whatever, something that would generate money. That's what I was always into that. So that's probably like the farthest that I've actually gone into actually like cheating in a game or whatever, is getting money hacks, which I guess you can consider that, you know, cheating.
And would you say so say for instance, if there's a software, would you pay for that software to get the money for GTA? Like say it was like $15, buy this software for $15. Would you go that far to pay for it?
Here's the thing, if all my friends, right, if they all bought it, right, and I knew it was like legit and shit, and I don't know about $15, but maybe like I don't know, $10, and I can have as much money as I wanted in GTA 5, I might do that. That might be a good deal, you know, because that would save you so much time on those little damn missions and grinding and shit. But I don't know. Personally, it would have to really just be GTA that I'd do that on. Like,
what about you, Sean?
I mean, the only mods I've ever used, like I said, was GTA 4 for the role plays, and then I couldn't even tell you what Call of Duty. Maybe it was World at War, and maybe like Black Ops 3 post everyone playing on it. But I would try to get like on the PC you can get like modded zombies and stuff, but I would never play public. Like I only played literally by myself or split screen with a friend, and I'd give us like cool weapons, a ton of points. And it was, at that point it's just for fun, you know, and like I got bored within like 15 minutes of flying around the map, and I was really just trying to like see the little Easter eggs and stuff. But as far as like using it in a multiplayer sense, no, not since I was like 11 years old. I feel like that's some kid stuff, right? Like I don't know. When I was really young, I don't even think I could tell you the name of the game. Combat Arms? No, that doesn't sound right. Anyways, there was this one PC game that was really easy to get hacks on. And I remember I was trying to figure that out, but I was too young to know what I was doing, and I never ended up getting anything. So, like I said, I can see, I guess, the interest would come from being a menace to society, right? Like, I hate all you guys. You guys are so sweaty. I want to kill you all. I'm going to put you guys all in one spot. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of like the pit of society to me.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about it is if you're interested in a game, like, so I'm interested in Apex. I want to get good at Apex. Obviously, people have been playing it longer than I have. But my first thought isn't to be like, okay, I'm going to be better than everybody, so I'm going to buy hacks. My first thought is, okay, I want to learn this game. I want to enjoy this game. And I would try to get good at this game. So I'm wondering if people that, like I said, I'm wondering why they cheat and why they hack. Is it a game they don't really care about? They're just like trying to have fun or just make people mad. That's why they buy these cheats. Or is it a game they're like legitimately interested in and just want to be like the best? Like,
I mean,
what do
like if you want to be like the best, right? Then I feel like you would use the hacks, but you wouldn't make it obvious, you know? Like
Yeah.
you'd like reduce the incoming damage instead of putting it to God mode, or you'd only use aimbot in certain spots. You know, I don't know how. I don't know.
It's a weird.
I've seen streamers do it. I'm not gonna like name drop anyone, but like I know streamers have been caught doing that in the past.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's just like I wonder why they do it. Like you guys said, zombies,
It looks
GTA.
good.
Yeah, I mean, but to be honest, paying for that stuff, because some of those things are like $50-$60.
Yeah. Well, the point of the game is to have fun, and I guess some of these people, if they're just not that great at the game, they're gonna try to do what they think is fun,
Yeah.
And if that is the only way that they can get kills, I think we can all agree they've made it really satisfying that when you get a kill, you get like the hit marker sound and then ding, you got the kill, and that's kind of like built into a lot of gamers' minds is, oh yeah. So like whenever you get like 4 kills, you're hearing it pop off. Especially like think of Apex. Like they make Apex ASMR videos where it's just a pile of people and they throw a thermite grenade. So
and you get the rewards too. You get like banners,
Right.
camos, and stuff like that. So maybe they're doing that to like get all these camos and stuff. Because that was
Yeah.
another thing that Call of Duty had, where you could just like, I would be in games and people would be like, "Yo, if you got PayPal, send me $10 and I'll get you to level 1,000." Like,
Mhm.
and that's a form of hacking too.
what's sad is like, when I'm trying to put myself into the thought process of a hacker, I would like to see these hackers like buy these hacks to get all the pay to unlock skins. You know what I'm saying? Like, how every game has about 500 different skins now, and each skin is like $20. Dude, just why don't you hack it to where you can get all the like legendary skins? Make them be like, oh, okay, we're gonna stop charging people for like these little skins left and right? Like
Yeah.
make it mean something. Like instead of just like ruining games for people, and like a lot of people use games to escape, right? And they're like ruining that. They play games. How would they like it if someone was hacking on? Oh, well, I got better hacks, right? So. What was Caleb doing, dude? Look at
I don't know.
I was being the other guy that was the hacker, like you said.
Yeah,
And I got a question. So what's the line between modding and hacking? Because I'm completely down for like modding and like Left 4 Dead. You got like the character swaps, like the charger and the tanks are like Shrek. I'm totally for that stuff. But what's the line between hacking and modding?
I think that's pretty. I think the line is multiplayer. I think when you like directly inhibit or prevent somebody from playing their game like by themselves, and when you directly have an effect on their game negatively, then that's when it gets involved. Like with the GTA money thing, like if you're doing a little glitch where you sell 100 Rusty Rebels, you're only benefiting yourself. No one else is involved. No one's hurt, right? Or if you have your little buttons in there, you can hold down the.
Well, Rockstar is hurt because you didn't buy their Megaton Shark card. Right?
Again, I think it's hurt to the other players and not necessarily the company itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the line.
I get that. Yeah, because if you're like doing something to benefit yourself, like money on GTA, then that's one thing. But if you're like having aimbot and like shooting people as soon as they spawn, then that's affecting other people. Correct?
Right. Or like teleporting people to one spot on the map where they're locked and you're
can't move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
So we will move into. We do have an article back in some of the stuff we're saying. The article is. Let's go ahead and pull it up here. Okay. Yeah. So it's by Dexterito. New Warzone feature tells you when hackers are in your game, which I found this pretty interesting. The feature in Warzone, if they detect a hacker that's in your game, like it lets everybody in the server know, like, hey, there's a hacker here, which is pretty interesting. That's like, I think that's really cool. Where, Call of Duty has this total new software, and at least for sure you didn't just get like somebody wasn't like a sweat and killed you. It was a hacker that killed you. So
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it says that
that's a step in the right direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'd say too, they had this thing. I don't know if Call of Duty was doing it, but I've heard the word shadow banned a lot.
Yeah, shadow lobbies.
Yeah, where if you get reported enough, they'll just send you into lobbies where you're playing with other hackers. So you're not playing with people to benefit. You're just hacking against other hackers.
Oh no, man! I just remember back in the day, like hacking really wasn't a big thing because I felt like you got your account wiped. You couldn't do that. You banned your
even your console.
They would get your console. Yeah.
So what happened? Like, did we miss like a law that passed that said they can't do that anymore? Did they just stop doing it to like try and make the fans happy? But whatever it is, go back on it.
Well, it might be a numbers thing where it's like, okay, we'd rather have people playing this game and hacking and putting them into other lobbies than deleting their account, and we lose somebody that's playing our game.
I think another thing too is like whenever we played, like let's say they'll talk about the Modern Warfare 2 days or Halo Reach or what all that time. So we actually had to buy the physical copy of the game, right? And it wasn't free; it was $60. So whenever you got banned on Halo, they basically took away $60 of your money, right? Yeah. And they can actually have direct access to your Xbox and ban you on Xbox to where you can't even talk to any of your friends, which basically made your Xbox worthless, your profile worthless. So there was a lot more negatives back in the day. You know what I mean? Like today on PC, you could just buy Warzone for free, So if your account gets banned, start a new account, download Warzone. Boom, there you go. No big deal. There's no decentive to hacking really. Oh no, you have a little bit of you have to spend 10 minutes to start another account. So
the video game market is like over 170 some $billion industry, if not more. So like, I feel like they need to take this seriously because it's starting at Warzone. I'm already starting to see and hear more things about Apex, right? Mm-hmm. Apex has a really good anti-cheat engine that Tony was telling us about, but it might be a numbers thing, like Ryan was saying. So I don't know. I really want to see them fix it because I can tell you if I get Battlefield 2042 and am dying to hackers, I will take it into my own hands at that point.
Ooh,
it's annoying, We'll all take it into our own hands, right, guys? Right?
Yeah. And one thing, you said something about that I thought was pretty interesting, and I wanted to ask or talk about the whole $60 thing where Caleb said, you bought a game for $60. I think we talked about this on other podcast, and this has nothing to do with hacking, but I kind of miss the days where, now it's like, okay, you get the standard edition. And then you get the Ultimate Edition, which has this and this and this. Yeah. But I miss the days where an Ultimate Edition was like, you get a statue of Master Chief and you get a blanket or whatever. And then you buy the Master's Edition and you get all types of crazy stuff. They don't do that anymore. They just say okay, you buy the Ultimate Edition for $90. Yeah, you get digital crap. And I think they should go back on that because that was something special too. Buying a game for $60 for a lot of people is a lot of money. So if you're gonna be interested in like for Battlefield 2042, they could have some pay $200 and you get a freaking replica gun of one of the guns in the game.
Right. I mean, a lot of the hackers, right? They're on free games, right? Yeah. Warzone is incredibly infected with them because it's free. So I think the paywall, is helpful for the hackers a little bit, but Tarkov, for example, right? That requires a lot of skill to play from what I know. So, and losing all your stuff is awful.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe that's a bit of encouragement.
Yeah, for sure. In Tarkov, it's not only the skill gap in there, you have to you have to be on your A game 24/7, because at any point in time you can lose all your inventory, not your inventory, but everything you brought in with you, right? So like you have a lot riding on this mission or whatever that you're in. So I think Tarkov and DayZ and a lot of these, because this is going to become a new genre of video games, right? So I feel like these people are also going to have to really focus on anti-cheat software, because they, if you go against a cheater, like if I face a cheater in a game and I died to him, that just like ruined my day. Like it just sucks, because you have to rebuild a whole new loadout. It'd probably spend another 30 minutes to just redoing your shit. So
yeah,
it's tough. It's tough.
I think we can all agree that the companies need to do something.
And
there needs to be change.
Yeah.
They need to experiment with different, things that could solve it. But this can't keep going on.
Yeah.
And it sucks. So hacking sucks, but what also sucks is being wrong. And Caleb, I think we made a video a couple days back.
That was semi-wrong. I think we were semi-wrong on the things.
We're referring to the Spider-Man No Way Home review.
Ooh.
We talked about a couple things in there where we want to backtrack a little bit. Me and Caleb kind of joined together. And also, Phoenix was not here at all, so we need to hear his
Phoenix
side of it.
So Phoenix can say a few things about the trailer too,
But we said a couple things. We said, this is this person. We think this is this. But after further review, we have come to the conclusion that we are wrong about a couple things, and we want to talk about that. So let's get into it. Sean, you've seen the trailer. What did you think? Give us your rundown.
When I first saw the trailer, it took me about halfway through to be like, oh, this isn't another fan trailer. It's real. So yeah, that was my first reaction, was like, oh, whoa, I think this is real. Then I immediately went to like Marvel's official YouTube page and then watched it, and I was like, oh, okay, wow. So, but when I saw it, a lot of my first impressions were, I like the little intro with him and Mary Jane. I like that it's like a continuation thing. I'm wondering how soon after the events that this is taking place. Like, is it a next day thing, or are they?
So I know you've watched our video too. We can tell by kind of the time frame of like just the initial scene of like where, because if you remember from Far From Home, and me and Ryan talked about this, they just got done, defeating Mysterio and him, and Tom Holland, Spider-Man, right? Him and Mary Jane, they come down and they just sit down, and all of a sudden on the big screen you see the Daily Bugle, right? You see, J. Jonah Jameson, and he's yelling at Spider-Man saying that he killed Mysterio, and he's behind all of it, right? That's that's essentially what I think, and what Ryan thinks. That's where it's going to pick off, right from there.
Okay. Yeah, probably. I could definitely see that. I'm hoping that the direction that this goes, because think about it, right? If Peter gets thrown into this situation where he's going into this alternate, reality and everything, this is right after all of the emotions he's been feeling with losing Tony Stark, all of the emotions of being blamed for Mysterio. So, we could see him breaking quite a bit in this next movie. You have to think about all the levels of pain that he's actually been going through over the last few movies, just piling up and piling up. And, I think maybe Mary Jane forgetting, everything that they've talked about and everything being reset, and then, all these the Sinister Six coming out. It could be it. That could be Spider-Man's breaking point, and maybe that's where we get to see. Maybe I'm being optimistic, but maybe we get to see the old Peter Parkers come back, right? Yeah. Andrew Garfield and Tobey. That would be really cool. Maybe as he's breaking and he's giving up, they come in and they're like. And
then also too, you said Mary Jane, but also Ned, because I gave a little hot take that in the comic books, Ned turns into the Hobgoblin. So,
I don't know. I can't see that.
Did we talk about the fact that the actor, I don't know the actor's name of Ned, but he posted a picture on Instagram like months before they were actually supposed to shoot, and he was down 100 pounds, like lost a bunch of weight for this role. Whoa. And then in the trailer, he looks the same. So he did something months before
lose
100 pounds. So
yeah, Dude, I didn't know
I thought
about
of
that. I didn't know about
Yeah.
that. See,
It-
that makes your theory like make sense. Now, see, I bet you. Here's another hot take. I bet you the trailer is edited. Then, like, if that's the case, I've-
Marvel trailers are always edited.
no, I'm okay. Well, whoa,
They're like puzzles.
Let me
Oh,
rephrase
They
that.
are,
no,
yeah,
I didn't mean it like that. I meant like they always put like puzzles in.
Sorry.
All right.
But I do agree. Some of the things are edited because I saw this as too. I have a lot of points.
Mhm.
So, Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire, gray suit, gray shirt, blue tie. In the trailer, No Way Home, Tom
Mhm.
Holland, gray suit, gray shirt, blue tie. He's wearing the same exact suit that Tobey Maguire wore when he went on the date with MJ and they were laying on the spider web. There's a lot of stuff in the trailer, and I wouldn't say Marvel edits a lot of stuff, but I feel like they don't put something in the trailer that it's like it's meant to be there. They're doing it for a reason, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. And, talking about something like we were talking about mistakes, we did have not necessarily a mistake, but we had a few funny things. So
Yeah, too.
towards the end, here, let me pull it up. Towards the end where you see, you see the pumpkin bomb and, you hear the voice in the background. We thought that voice... For some reason,
thought it was Green Goblin.
I thought it was Green Goblin, and you thought it was who? Just a random.
Green Goblin.
Yeah,
Green Goblin.
dude, we thought it was Green Goblin, man. Green Goblin's the best.
I thought it was.
dude, I
thought it
love
was-
Green Goblin's movies.
Dude,
I
Green
thought
Goblin's
it
the
was Tobey
best.
Maguire for some reason. So
Yeah.
it's Doctor Strange.
Yeah, but listening back because we're listening to it like really, really slowly, and I don't know what I was thinking, but it's so clearly now. It's so clearly Doctor Strange.
it's Green Goblin.
Yeah,
So clearly Green.
it's actually the multiverse. The other equivalent to Green Goblin is Green Goblin. So,
So I thought that the purple goblin was a thing growing up. Like,
Really?
so I thought there was the Green Goblin, right? And then I thought the guy from the original Spider-Man's was Harry, and I thought that Harry was like the purple goblin, right? Like that's what I thought, because like the suit was purplish, if you all remember. But anyways, like that's what I thought he was actually called, but apparently it was like Hobgoblin or something. So yeah. So I was extremely mistaken for over 10 years of my life. So just keep that in mind.
Let's talk about mistake number 2 now. So mistake number 2 is when we're talking about. It's not really a mistake. It's just whenever watching it. Yeah, whenever we thought that this black figure, right, scratching at the screen, we thought it was Venom or.
And it could be.
It still could be. It still could be. But now it's looking more and more like it. Like once you watch the full trailer again, we've watched this trailer. I don't know, probably 10 times now. It's crazy how many times I've seen it. But once you rewatch that scene, it looks a lot more like
Lizard.
Lizard, Lizard than it is Venom. So Vism and Hobgoblin.
But if y'all want to see, if y'all want to hear more about Green Goblin and everything, we have over an hour-long trailer breakdown that Ryan and Caleb did the other day. You can find that on the PGC official YouTube channel. However, back to gaming news.
Wait, 1 second. One second. So, I wanted to say this really quick. The Batman with Robert Pattinson, it had their pre-screening, if you guys didn't know. So, it did amazing. A lot of reviews on Twitter said it was amazing. It's a 3-hour-long movie. And a lot of people said it was the first 3-hour-long movie that they were able to sit through and didn't get bored of.
Besides Endgame, but yeah.
Yeah, they said Robert Pattinson is the new standard for Batman.
Wow.
And it got a lot of reviews. But briefly just talk about that. It's going to come out on March 4th, 2022.
I'll say a few things. So when it comes to like reviews like that early out the gate, when it comes to like junkets and watching these movies, you gotta say good things, or else you're probably not gonna be invited back. So there's that kind of cynical part of my brain. But if it just depends on the reviewer too. I'd have to really see like what reviewer's saying that. What's their track history? Like, did they think the Emoji Movie was also the greatest thing? So just something to note. What about you, Phoenix?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little skeptical. Let's see how it all goes out. I think Robert Pattinson could do a really good job. I really hope the what was it? The Gobble Goblin comes. The Hobble Bobble.
Green Boblin.
Green Boblin comes out.
Yeah.
That'd be cool,
Yeah.
dude.
Mm-hmm.
That'd
But
be insane.
yeah. Saints Row.
Saints
Row.
Yeah, and
Gaming news.
And while we're on Saints Row 2, we've talked so much about the hacking. We talked about the Spider-Man. I think Saints Row is a big topic, and I think the tier list is a big topic. I don't really care about Insurgency, Sandstorm, and Hell Let Loose. So let me talk a little bit about those real quick, just to get those out of the way, just kind of as an announcement. So Insurgency, Sandstorm, and Hell Let Loose is going to be released on console. So Insurgency Sandstorm is already on PC. It's a lot like Squad or Armor 3. It's kind of in that vein. They do a little bit of their own style. That's going to be released on console very soon. And then Hell Let Loose, that's a World War II shooter. If you've ever played like Verdansk or like Battlefield 5-esque, it's more just more realistic kind of shooters. Those are going to be released on console very, very soon. So be on the lookout for those. So
maybe some Millisome action.
Yeah, maybe some Milsim action. I'm curious if it's going to be cross compatibility, that kind of thing. But we'll get into that later. We'll save that for another day once they actually get released. So again, Saints Row time. We could talk about Saints Row. Saints Row is getting rebooted. This is kind of crazy. Something I wasn't expecting because I haven't thought about Saints Row in a very, very long time.
What's Saints Row? No, I'm just kidding.
Ever since Saints Row 4, was it? Was that the last one? Saints Row 4.
Was it 4 or 5?
Either way.
Or 7 or 8
no,
or
wait.
9?
I know why I lost so much interest, because they actually came out with a game called Agents of Mayhem. Do you guys remember that game? It's called Agents of Mayhem.
Wasn't it like space and stuff?
Yeah,
like they started getting really.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of like a Hero-esque game.
Yeah.
It was something way too out there, and so I feel like
you
that.
Like fly around.
Yeah,
and
the game completely flopped. So I feel like that kind of made them push back on a little bit of the Saints Row craziness, and so which we're going to be talking about now is this new Saints Row is going to be a little bit more reined in, right? So more so like Saints Row 2. Probably like if you guys have played the Saints Row players, right? If you can take Saints Row 2 and Saints Row 3 and have it Saints Row 2.5, that's kind of the crazy scale, if that makes sense. So I'm looking forward to it. I loved Saints Row 2, a little bit of Saints Row 3. The crazy nature of the ending of Saints Row 3 and everything wasn't really my thing. So what do you guys think about Saints Row and this reboot?
It looks wild to me, man. I don't know what to think of it just yet. I liked Saints Row 2 a lot. I like Saints Row 3 quite a bit as well. Played a teeny bit of 4, wasn't really the biggest fan. And then it just started going a little crazy. So I did see in the trailer they had like lasers and stuff that went around you. So I know it's somewhere, like you were saying, like a middle ground between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Which I think was like, the peak for it. You had your standard believable stuff, your like gang stuff, and then you have, like a little funny laser stuff, right? GTA 5 has where you find aliens and stuff on LSD. So, or was it weed or something? But yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
It's just, I am skeptical about every game coming out for my foreseeable future. Just because of all of the games coming out. Ryan and I were just talking about this the other day. Like, why does it feel like there hasn't been a good game that came out in forever? And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, like, I was excited for, like, Cold War. I was excited. The only game that hasn't let me down would be, I guess, like, Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? Because it presented itself on what it is, right? And it's a little annoying that like you have to buy like $60 jets, but they're from like third-party stuff. It's not even from Microsoft. So, I'm just very skeptical about this game and any game like this that is going to be coming out, because I'm going to have to see it. You have to see how it plays. I'm going to have to see, shit, is it going to have hackers in it? What is it going to be like? So, and I don't know. The end of my story is I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, so thinking all the way back to when I played Saints Row, I remember playing it as a kid, and it almost, I'm going to use a weird word, but it felt like naughty to play. It almost like outbeat like GTA with the whole, like, if my mom walked in watching me play this game, I'd be like, oh, no.
Yeah.
But the customization was crazy, and I had a good time on it. I mean, there was a lot of
stations were great.
Yeah, the everything about it, I'd say, like customization wise, car wise, it's gonna be hard to top GTA 5. But I'd say if you're getting bored of GTA 5 and you're waiting for GTA 6, which is coming out like in the next 17 years,
somewhere
maybe
somewhere between now and 17 years from now, we may or may not see a GTA 6.
Yeah. Maybe this reboot would be for you. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't know anything like that. The graphics look decent. I have some pictures pulled up on my laptop right here.
We watched the trailer.
It looks, I wouldn't say I'm excited for it, but I'm optimistic.
Yeah, we'll see. Right? If it's a great game, I think we'll all consider picking it up. But if it's, just another average piece of poo game, I think I'll probably pass. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually kind of I'm really looking forward to this one. If it was Saints Row 2, then I'd be really, really interested in it. I think on a scale of like, because the thing with Saints Row, what they really had to do was differentiate themselves from GTA, and so that's why I think they got more like crazy, in space and aliens and that kind of thing. I think that's why they this is what Saints Row truly is. So I think them going back and then us kind of having a little nibble of Saints Row before we get GTA 6, I think that's going to be pretty cool. So whenever I saw that headline, I'm like, oh yeah, this totally thing that I wasn't even thinking about is releasing a new game. You know what I mean? So I'm optimistic for it, honestly. And if it flops, then hell, I don't care. Win some, lose some. So
you win some, you lose some.
Maybe it'll be on Gamepass.
That is a good point. I wonder if Deep Silver, that's the people who make it, I wonder if they're like affiliated with Microsoft. That'd be cool.
I'm looking forward to Forza Horizons 5. I know that's not on the docket for today, but Forza Horizons 5, if y'all haven't, check out the trailer for it. The graphics look insane.
We will. Speaking about new games, upcoming games that we all like, we always talk about the best games.
Best games of all time.
The best games of all time, and today's no different. So today we have a new lineup of games that we're all biting at the heels for. And so what do you guys think about our previous games so far that we've on the list? And this being the second to last time we visit this.
I'm waiting for Skyrim. I'm waiting for some heavy hitters.
We need to get out some heavy hitters today.
Yeah. No freaking Transylvania 7.
Hey, Transylvania 7 was a pretty good game compared to the rest of the Transylvania series.
Let's get some good, solid, stinky games.
Solid.
Let me see this tier list.
Okay, let's go ahead and pop up the tier list. Here it is. You guys all know it. You guys all love it. And of course, Jungle Party. Actually, do we all agree that Jungle Party is actually a masterpiece? I agree. Let's keep Jungle Party up there.
Get out of here. I don't even know what that is.
Jungle Party is a masterpiece. So we have, I think we should do Phantom.
No, what is this? Get rid of the Jungle Party. You can't just throw it at masterpiece.
I like Jungle Party though. Ryan, don't you think Jungle Party is a masterpiece?
Don't agree.
No.
Okay, we'll put it down. Have not tried. Okay, right, you guys didn't want to go along with the joke. What a killjoy.
No.
But anyways, we have Phantom Pain.
This is the definitive list.
This is the definitive. Yeah, we have Phantom Pain, which we're going to talk about. We're going to be talking about let's go ahead and talk about Skyrim. Okay. And then we'll talk about...
Ooh, Fallout. See Fallout 3 down there?
Let's do Fallout.
We'll
We got
Fallout
heavy
3.
hitters.
Oh, and Bully. See Bully? Let's do Bully.
Okay.
All right, so those are
those
for
four.
today.
Those four.
Okay, so we got Phantom Pain. We got Fallout 3. We have Skyrim and Bully. So first off, start talking about Phantom Pain. What do you guys think about Phantom Pain?
I could go into this all day. Metal
Me
Gear
too.
Solid is my freaking baby. I love Metal Gear Solid games. Phantom Pain was the 5th one, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah.
Phantom Pain 5. Yep.
It is.
And Snake, old Snake. I just loved it. I loved everything about it. The stealth. I feel like that's one of the things we're missing in video games is like stealth, story. It had it all for me. For a Metal Gear Solid game, I loved it. I played it a lot. And then they had like Ground Zero was
that was cool. That was really fun, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say the hype up to it, the delivery of it, I wasn't disappointed. It came out when I was a little bit younger, but I still remember it and still love it. I'm going to give it a short, solid, I'd say a 9.5 if we have that. Or a 9 because I love Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain.
Okay, so you're probably thinking amazing for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was amazing.
Personally, actually, let's go ahead and get into Phoenix because I'm going to say a little bit more.
I'll do 9.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Let's
say
make it quick and easy, yeah, because the ability to just strap people to like little drones that fly up in the sky, like the little balloons. Yeah, sign me up. That's it. All right, that's my review 9.
Okay.
The box.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Phantom Pain. So here's my story of Phantom Pain. So, before Phantom Pain came out, there was a little kind of prequel to it called Ground Zeroes, right? And it was free. It was free for some period on Xbox, and so I downloaded it. I've never played before that. I've never played Metal Gear before that. So my first experience with the whole Metal Gear series was Ground Zeroes, and I loved it. It was really cool. It was basically you having to extract somebody and save them. Basically, that was the whole goal of it. So playing that, there was no Metal Gear things in that game though. If you guys know what I'm talking about. So like there was no like random mist people out of nowhere. There was no like aliens. So whenever I first loaded up Phantom Pain and I started seeing mist people, I was very, very surprised. So overall, I think I would put Metal Gear at a masterpiece. I've 100%ed the game. I love that game so much. You could do so much
talk about
with
Ground Zero, the ending of Ground Zero, when you have to like, I don't know if you play this.
Don't want to spoil. Don't spoil things.
No, we'll
I
spoil
haven't
it.
played most of this game.
I'm going to talk about it.
Okay, so spoiler warning. Whoop, 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 whoop.
You extract this girl who's like a war criminal or whatever.
Yeah.
She's like a young girl. You're on this plane, right? And you're flying away from this base that you've built. Okay? And she is like, has this bomb in her, correct?
Yeah.
And so you're doing like this, like press triangle, press right trigger, press left trigger, like cutting her open to get this bomb out, right? And then right before the credits roll, she backs up, smacks the helicopter door, it flies open, and they're like, what? And she's like, I have another bomb in me, and jumps out the plane and blows up. And it just left you like speechless, waiting for Phantom Pain. It was amazing build-up. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that was, it's either a 9 or a masterpiece for me.
Yeah. I definitely think it's a masterpiece. Sean thinks it's a 9.
All right, we'll do the masterpiece.
We'll say masterpiece. Okay. So Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain is in fact a masterpiece. So let's move that up to masterpiece here.
Green Boblin is a masterpiece.
Green Boblin, that's the next one we're going to review. I think it was kind of decent, but no. Let's talk about Fallout 3.
Okay.
I
haven't played Fallout 3, so you guys are going to
I'll start us off with this one. So
okay.
Fallout 3 was easily, and Caleb, while I'm talking, can you look up Mothership Zeta for Fallout 3 for me? So Fallout 3 is amazing in the sense of what it did for the Fallout franchise. So Fallout 1 and 2 are like bird's eye view. You're not playing in first person. Fallout 3 was the first one to do that. And the environment itself was very immersive. You're walking around, you have mutants left and right, you have these ghouls. It built this environment that made you feel like you were somewhere else. The Fallout radio, right? We all know Fallout New Vegas radio, but the old, I think it was called, was it Megaton radio?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. It's been a long time since I played it, but I remember I always loved it. And the DLC. So what you guys are seeing on screen is the Mothership Zeta, where you're actually beamed up into a UFO. And this is where it gets a little wacky, a little weird, right? And you literally go around in this entire DLC. Like I said, immersion. It takes you out of this wasteland and puts you on this bright, beautiful sci-fi, spaceship where you're able to get alien blasters and all these really, really powerful weapons. And then when you beat it, I can't spoil it, but there's just, let's say there's a big gun and has to do with Earth, and then you get to bring all of these plasma weapons back and all these ray guns back to Earth, and then you get to go back to Earth in this wasteland and zap people and make them turn into a pile of ashes, which you could do with like the laser gun and stuff, but like these guns were extremely powerful once you brought them back. The ammunition was a little bit hard and scarce to get once you were running out, but man, I gotta say, Fallout 3 paved the way. So for me, I can't give it a 10 only, well, I could in the sense of what it did for the other franchises, but as its standalone game, I have to put it at like an 8 or a 9. And the reason I'll even say like an 8 is because of the fact that like some parts of the environment felt a little empty. Only some parts. And I understand it's a wasteland, that's how it's supposed to feel. But like comparing it to Fallout New Vegas, I would put New Vegas at a masterpiece very easily. So I'm happy with an amazing. But Ryan, have you played Fallout 3?
I have. I played the crap out of it, and I love it. I think you're thinking of Galaxy News for the radio station, by the way. Yeah. So Fallout 3, like you said, it like as a kid playing that, you feel like you're in a different place. You feel like video games are supposed to make you feel like you're escaping from reality, and that game did that like wholeheartedly. I enjoyed it. I played it so much. I feel like I could go like after this podcast, go play it, and I would enjoy it. It's like a game that's going to last 20, 30, 40 years. The radio stations alone, like, I don't want to shut the world. Yeah. Everything about that game just is like, now it's a classic. At the time, it was so innovative and creative and a beautiful game, and now it's just like a classic game.
Like Ryan was saying, y'all should go play this if you haven't. It's a great game. Like, its replay value is definitely there.
I have a question. So, is it like Skyrim with guns?
All right. Time to clock out.
All right, where are we putting it? Where are we going to put Fallout 3?
I say a masterpiece.
Let's put it at 9. Let's meet in the middle, because I was saying it could even be an 8.
Okay.
Now, we're going to have to rapid fire these next two, because we're kind of getting short on time here. But you want to do Skyrim?
Yeah, we'll do Skyrim.
I tell you what, no need to rapid fire. Let's just do Skyrim, and let's forget about Bully. Let's just Skyrim, okay?
Sure.
You want to go first?
Why don't you start us off?
I'll start us off. Skyrim, okay. So whenever I got my 360, right, I think I was 12 years old, right? I got Halo Reach. I got Modern Warfare 2. I was all with the heavy hitters. And a little inkling of something was in the background. What was that? What was whispering in my ear? It was Skyrim, right? I haven't played anything like Skyrim, anything single player like Skyrim before that. Again, my closest thing would be like Halo Reach, his campaign or something, So playing Skyrim was such an immersive experience. The graphics were insane at the time. You could do anything you wanted to do. You could, You basically be a dragon person, right? Dragonborn. So very, very innovative in everything it did, especially compared to Oblivion, which it was the previous game to that. So much to say about Skyrim. We've all played Skyrim. I don't think there's a single gamer out there that hasn't played Skyrim at this point.
Yeah.
So
isn't the 20th anniversary coming up? Is it the 20th or the 10th?
Yeah. After the Legendary Edition that they came out in 360, then the Legendary Edition they came out on console, and now they're having a anniversary edition.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
I mean, preloaded with hundreds of mods too, so you don't have to go through the whole downloading and corruption process. But man, Skyrim, an amazing game, absolutely amazing. Ryan, what are your thoughts?
It's another game that puts you into I think Bethesda is my favorite, like, when it comes to games. It's so much to say. Like I said, it puts you in a different world. The customization in it, the guns you find, how you can make your character look, the story. I feel like it's the essence of a role play game. Like if you want to like become a different person and live that, you go play Skyrim and you do that.
Yeah.
And you make your own house in Whiterun. You become the Dragonborn. You go to High Hrothgar and talk to the Greybeards. Like every single thing, they have so many like.
The DLC for the vampire and the werewolf?
Yeah, it's such a beautiful game. And if we had a spot for 11, above 10, above a masterpiece, I would put it there. I love that game so much.
Yeah.
But
I gotta ask you guys, did you guys choose to be a werewolf or a vampire?
Vampire.
I chose to be a werewolf the first time, I think.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, the companions.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I was... Yeah. Hey, I mean, are you team Jacob or you
team Edward?
Edward.
So. Right.
Right. So let's go ahead and move. This is such a tough one. I think we're all debating on where to put it.
Horrible.
I was thinking horrible too. Hey, let's move it up to decent. I just go for it. No, obviously we're joking. 10 out of 10 masterpiece. That concludes the 9th edition, the second to last edition for a while. We're going to come back to this, obviously, of the greatest games of all time. And let's wind it down, okay?
Wind it down.
Let's calm down. Let's get a little breather in us, and let's talk about plugs. And we're not talking about the one that's in Phoenix right now. We're talking about Spider-Man. We're talking about
cancel that. Pause.
Okay,
pause.
So
rewind.
Obviously,
Sir,
check
you
out
are under review.
All right, obviously check out the Spider-Man review, the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer that
TikTok,
me and
Instagram. Find all the things in our YouTube description.
Yep.
It's very easy to find. Just scroll down, click the little thing, whatever you gotta do. Check it out. Share us if you like us, man. We're trying to get more out there. We want to have more people on the podcast. We love doing this. It's TikTok. A lot of fun. Yeah.
And join our Discord because we just launched it. So you guys come say hi to us. We'll talk to you. And TikTok, we're starting to grow. If you guys have any ideas for TikTok videos, put them in the YouTube comments.
That's the thing. If you miss one of our videos, no big deal. You can get like a 30-second recap on TikTok, so that'll help you out. So again, we'll start plugging. We'll stop talking about ourselves a little bit, and we'll say one final word.
Ooh.
I want Ryan. Ryan, you're gonna be the last one.
Okay.
The last one right after Phoenix. So I want you to really, feel this last word. Sean, what's your last word? What is it?
Stinkiness.
Stinkiness. Okay. Ryan, what is your last word?
Snow globe.
Well, that's a pretty good last word. Mine is going to be different this time. I know I always say the same thing over and over again. This time, all the current events that's going on, it's just really emotional. So my final word is...
Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment below for feedback and suggestions. I'm gonna go get my buzz and I'll be back. Ha ha.